when they were talking about the dynamics between parents and their children and using technology to basically raise your kids. So you absolutely right, Sir Hill. I think we don't know. I think we don't know exactly what is gonna. We don't know the ramifications of what we created and how we're using it.
So that's the reason why I say I want to lose my mind, because there's people out here that just they don't really realize how they are so stuck in the social media, like can't put their phone down, like they just can't live without it. It's just you look at them and starting arguments, like
and suicides are up. People are committing suicide because they don't even know who they're killing. They just think they don't really even see themselves. They're not really killing themselves because they don't know themselves. They don't really know what they're taking away from themselves.
Bro,
yeah,
that was such a brilliant point.
Appreciate it.
So yeah, I was gonna say that technology amplified, but I guess exposed us for who we really are is the same exact thing. Because, like I said, I think, and especially again, like I said, I think for men, technology may have sped up the process or increased the volume, but the process is still the same. Even if you talk about guys that can never get women, technology just gave them easier access to the very thing they were already doing to begin with. It used to be the nude magazines, the Playboy magazines. Now you just got access to Pornhub. And now at this point, you're getting to the point where you got AI technology and you just got access in that way. So I think technology is just placating on the very things we were always doing to begin with. It just increased the volume. But it's exactly who we are. We're still those people.
Worse than men. I don't think it's necessarily producing
an
entire community of better men. You know, it is. I just don't think. I mean, it's not being utilized or leveraged in such a way where it's, creating better thinkers, better problem solvers. Like, yeah, we naturally have that instinction, but I don't think that it's doing it in the way that our society is benefited. There's a lot of conversations about, men of yesteryears, right, compared to the men of today. And, this was brought up, one time before, hard times, what is it? Strong men create, fix hard times. I forget the whole saying, but that along in that line, right? We already are on our third wave of that. It seems so, because the men that we have produced and kind of almost castrated up to this point are not really living up to a lot of the expectations that had started in yesteryear by the men who started building into now and creating the comforts that we take for granted today.
So I want to disagree. Technology is working and is working fabulously. We get a chance to do whatever we want. We just didn't know what it was going to cost us, right? Mm-hmm. So me get a chance to see multiple women. We get a chance to watch, we get to watch them thing. We get a chance to watch it. But depression is up. It makes you feel lonely. It can become very addictive. It's very impersonal. So this is why I say technology is doing exactly what it was intended to do. It's just we weren't able to predict the outcome of this. And you guys have to understand this. So this is the advent of technology as the way that it is now is about, 23 years now? I'm talking about the acceleration of computing. There are no huge psychological studies on what all this has done. There's some things out there that talks about how if we look at people's social media profiles, it can feed depression because we're comparing our lives to theirs. But there's no studies on the long-term effects of usage of technology, right? So this is why I say right now, it's working as it should, but we won't really know the damage it has done to us, again, until I say this to women all the time, you don't realize how empty your life is until you realize you got more pictures on social media than you got at your house, right? So if the world shut down, you have no memories to pull back on because technology is doing exactly what it should have done. It's working as it should. We just don't know what it's going to cost us yet because it hasn't been enough time.
I was going to say, I think that movie Megan illustrated that perfectly when they were talking about the dynamics between parents and their children and using technology to to basically raise your kids. So you absolutely right, Sir Hill. I think we don't know. I think we don't know exactly what is gonna. We don't know the ramifications of what we created and how we're using it.
See, that's the reason why I say I want to lose my mind, because there's people out here that just they don't really realize how they are so stuck in the social media, like can't put their phone down, like they just can't live without it. It's just you look at them and starting arguments, like put the damn phone down.
You know it's bad, JR, when you walk by a nice restaurant and you see two couples sitting down and they're both on their phone, as opposed to engaging and having dialogue with each other.
Along with the kids, along with the kids too.
Along with the kids too.
They are engaging. They're both on Facebook, taking
Liking
pictures
each
of their
other's
food and
posts.
liking each other's stuff. So they're engaged. They're engaged.
Yeah.
She's posting the picture. He's liking and commenting right behind.
Yeah, she tagged her.
You know, it's crazy though, because my mom complains all the time how our family never takes pictures. I think when we went to New York City, that was probably the first time I took as many pictures as I did. Majority of the time when we vacation and stuff, there's hardly any pictures. It's because we're so stuck in the moment and enjoying it that we think like, damn, I was supposed to take a picture of that mountain I just drove past. Damn, I was supposed to take a picture of that statue or that whatever. And you forget because you just enjoying yourself. So I feel bad for the people who constantly, and I see it all the time, people who their whole story is everything that they did. But it's like, but did you actually experience that?
It takes your life without killing you.
Yeah, the only thing that I suggest, at least if you're gonna do it, at least get paid for doing it.
Mhm.
Then you're gonna have some type of like incentive,
Absolutely.
blog or something like that, because you're just doing it, just sitting there liking. Like I was telling some people, when I first started this, I used to watch everybody's podcast. Every time somebody used to watch Kevin Samuels, I stopped watching it, man, because I was sitting there spending more time watching than I was working. And also, too, I didn't want to be talking about the same shit that he was talking about because we had similar audience. So I would get influenced by my topics if I kept listening to Kevin. I'm like, I'm about to keep listening to shit. So I just started listening to people that wasn't in the space, and I would create my conversations from there. I mean, my topics from there. So you can't get sucked in, man. But I like to be more on the other side where I understand what's going on with money, because people don't even understand how it's just currency is something used to pin us against each other. It's something used to exhibit power and order. Money just has so many purposes that people don't even realize, and it controls us. Same thing like social media. Even if you think about the food that we eat, I think I just learned that a bag of Lay's chips has different ingredients in Europe than it has here, and how so many of these companies work together along with the food companies, and they are putting this shit out there. They don't give a damn about us. They just gonna keep feeding us because it's making money. So until we start doing the research and actually understanding what's going on in this world, including social media, everything has an agenda, and they don't give a damn about our life. I mean, it goes deep. Think about the people that get canceled when they start speaking about these things. They don't want you to know the truth. So it's going to be up for you to understand it. And if you want to live, don't go against the grain, because once you start talking too much, then you just seem to disappear.
Mm-hmm. They're feeding on our insecurities, for sure.
Yeah.
Wasn't that you, JR, that got on me the other day? I was like, you nobody go ahead and give me some McDonald's. He said, come on, man, don't eat that McDonald's.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people are dying from what they're eating, but just as much, a lot of people are dying from what it's eating them from inside.
Yeah. And then a whole lot of stuff don't catch up to you until later. So it can be working, and it may take some time. I mean, even like when I talk to people that's in the medical field, I ain't gonna talk about this shit, man, because I ain't trying to have somebody ringing my doorbell or something. Like, damn, who was that? How they get a key?
Right.
It was a good show, man. I think this might have been one of the best shows, to be honest. I'm over looking around thinking I seen some shit, man. I felt
I'm around the same area, bro. Hit me up if anything goes wrong, bro.
Okay, it might have been a spirit or something. Something came my way. I'm like, I probably got
JR, something I just want to say, man. Like, I heard you cook a lot tonight, bro, and it's really good to hear. Like, you're a really good moderator for shows, but when you open up and you share your perspective, man, it's well received. as you can tell, is real grounded, man. So much respect to you for not only the questions, but when you open up, it makes a difference, man. So I just want to give you a shout out as well, and to Chris as well. Good talking with you, bro. First time meeting you. Really good perspective. And he, I'm triggered by your beard. I can grow mine, and I secretly hate on other black men who can. But we'll talk about that behind the scene. Sweeney and Louis, awesome stuff, bros.
Yeah, man.
Respect.